Okay, it's Tuesday, the 26th of October, and by now like Afghanistan, you've forgotten about the whole Gareth Cliff debacle, and life goes on. Do you think Gareth Cliff woke up this morning thinking about it? Believe me, Gareth has moved on. He hasn't given it a second thought. Yes, they lost one sponsor, and the other sponsors will stay on. And in fact, at the end of the day, it's a Cliff Central. It's a big positive for Cliff Central. I was looking at the viewership figures on YouTube with Gareth's show. Bear in mind, YouTube is a new platform with Cliff Central. It's not their main numbers, so the YouTube is a lot smaller than their original pure audio, and it's normally a couple of hundred, 300, 400, maybe. Yeah. And yesterday I saw their figures were 3,100 and something. So if anything, it's at the end of the day, it calculates to a big positive for Cliff Central. So just think about that. And the people that say, "I'm never listening to Gareth ever again," you were never ever a listener in the first place. If you were a regular listener to Gareth Cliff, you would have it wouldn't have been an issue. You might have thought, that wasn't very nice, and then you carry on listening. And that's what I explained yesterday. And yeah, so we've moved on, but have we? I don't want to be seen to be leaving things out and forgetting things. Just an interesting observation with John Steenhuizen. John Steenhuizen, Eusebius Makeza wrote something today. He says, John Steenhuizen has this school prefect energy. School prefect energy. And I thought, I laughed at that because, yeah, he's a little boy in a suit. Unfortunately, he's not statesman-like. He doesn't command like he doesn't have a gravitas kind of vibe about him. He reacts on an emotional level. He doesn't keep his cool. He doesn't think on the spot. When he gets found out, when a fault gets pointed out, he kind of like doesn't deal with it well. As a clever, conniving politician, he is not. What would a clever, conniving politician do? He would just brush it off and kind of go off on a tangent and distract us. He'll look at my little toy, distract us from the whole thing. So John Steenhuizen received quite a bit of criticism because while Gareth Cliff was perceived as being very rude to that, one South African national spokesperson, Mudzuli Rakivane, John Steenhuizen was seen to be smirking. You know what? Let's be fair. Yes, it looked like he was smirking, but you know what? Let's give benefits of the doubt. Maybe that's just his ordinary school prefect energy kind of look. And I'm willing to give him that benefit of the doubt. So let's just say he had that school prefect energy look. But then he shouted out, while in the middle of Gareth's horrible tirade. Can we call it a tirade? Yeah, let's call it a tirade. John Steenhuizen shouted out, "It's about service delivery." And he said it with he had a bit of a smug smirk on his face. We can't deny that. So then John Steenhuizen was interviewed and questioned about this. Mr. Steenhuizen, yada, yada, yada. People are criticizing you. Smirk this, smirk that. Why did you not stand up for Mudzuli Rakivane? And John Steenhuizen's response was, "South Africans have reached a new low when we are policing facial expressions." John, facial expressions is part of communication. Part of communication. I mean, a classic example, you know, when if you watch a stand-up comedian, facial expressions and their body language is almost half the joke. It's almost half it can account for half their delivery. In some cases, when a stand-up comedian is on stage, they might not be saying anything, and their body language and their facial expression is the whole performance. So, you know, John, you've got to accept that. You've got to accept that facial expression, body language is a thing, John. You know, it really is. So Johnny Steenhuizen, you know, he whenever he gets caught out, he doesn't deal with it very well. You know, he should have just said, agreed. You know, I was very tired. I've been on the road campaigning. I've been campaigning for these municipal elections, and I was focusing on the issues. And when Gareth Cliff was attacking Muzili Rakivani, you know, I kind of like was thinking of the issues. It kind of went over my head. I kind of missed. Unfortunately, I missed where Gareth Cliff may have erred a bit, and I do apologise, and I do recognise and sympathise with Muzili Rakivani of her daily plight of experiencing racism. How about that? How about that? Maybe I should. Hey, maybe they should employ me. Bring me in to consult. I can consult. Damage control, crisis management. The DA. Woo, can you? I'd love to know what goes on there. Hey, when I think they have a Zoom meeting every night. Helen Ziller, John Steenhuizen, maybe one or two other people. Somebody's taking minutes. Probably a black person. They got a black person to take the minutes because, you know, they can't give them senior positions. So you the minute take. Anyway, that wasn't very nice. Sorry. So I received a bit of criticism, and I'm going to take it on. I'm going to accept it. I'm not going to be like John Steenhuizen. So I was criticised. Damon, it seems like you are a bit like Gareth Cliff. Maybe you're a bit dismissive, and we question your what's it? Maybe you're racist, Damon. You just wouldn't. It seems like you wouldn't mention the name of the One South Africa national spokesperson. Her name, Muzili Rakivani. And I admit, I erred. I was wrong. But there's a reason. And it's childish, and I acknowledge it's childish. And it's very obscure. And quite frankly, I was misguided. And I'm going to, look, there you go. I admit it. So I've got a problem with Mmusi Maimani's campaign. I've noticed that Mmusi Maimane has not done any media. I haven't seen him doing any media. Very, very little. He's not doing Twitter. I haven't seen him being interviewed. Maybe I've just missed it. Didn't even know the name of his party. I've had to write it down. I'm reading it now. He's the leader of One South Africa. And I didn't even understand, I didn't even know, until Gareth Cliff was interviewing this Muzili Rakivani and Gareth was asking her certain questions, I only found out then that what this One South Africa does, it's not exactly, it's a movement. It's not really a political party. Mmusi Maimane's One South Africa is kind of like supporting independence. I still don't totally understand it, to be honest. I really still don't understand it. Which is proof that their campaign has failed. So when I saw this person that I did not recognize, Muzili Rakivani, I thought to myself, where's Mmusi Maimane? Then I heard that this Muzili Rakivani, she's the spokesperson, and she does all the media stuff. I thought to myself, come on, man. Do you have to be a genius to know that that's a mistake? Mmusi Maimane is a well-known person. He is a brand. People know him. How short-sighted, how stupid for them to employ this strategy. Big mistake. So I kind of did a passive aggressive. I was passive aggressive, yeah, childish. I acknowledge childish. I was being passive aggressive when I would not mention this woman's name, Mudzili Rakivani. But now I thought to myself, after the complaints, I thought I better come out the closet and acknowledge. So please vote for me still. Just kidding. But you get it. Acknowledging when you are at fault. It's interesting how people take things and twist things. And I've mentioned this before, it's bizarre. And is it I think it's gaslighting. This gaslighting term, it's a new term. Well, I think it's new. Where people take concepts and they twist it, and they take a known reality, a fact that is widely accepted, a truth that is widely accepted or known, and they twist it and question it, and to the point where you question your own sanity. And, oh, maybe the earth is flat. You know? So somebody tweeted this. I was comparing the outrage on Twitter by the woke regarding the John Steenhuizen smirk versus ANC Youth League chair Patrick Wisani killing his girlfriend with a shambok. And it was as I thought. It really didn't make any waves at all. So this person is criticizing and pointing out that John Steenhuizen's smirk created all this hullabaloo on Twitter, but not a word, nothing on Twitter, nothing on social media, hardly a peep about the alleged killing of his girlfriend by this ANC Youth League chair, Patrick Wisani. So this is the way I see it, and yes, obviously, the murder of this woman, it's tragic, shocking, and it must be condemned. But it's a different thing. Now, the person who wrote this tweet, they at the same time are saying that we must totally ignore the John Steenhuizen smirk. Unfortunately, murder and violence in South Africa is a common, continual, not out of the ordinary event. But the John Steenhuizen smirk was topical. It was open to interpretation. It created a debate. It created thinking. It created opinion. It created different reactions, and it was an observational reaction. The alleged killing of somebody by this ANC Youth League chair, Patrick Wisani, that's cut and dried. It's not open to interpretation. It's not open to a debate or a discussion. It's not open to an analysis. So what are people going to tweet? Oh my God, this is terrible. This man killed his girlfriend. There it is. It's not open to interpretation. It's not open to an analysis. It happened. It allegedly happened. It's terrible. It's sad. It's tragic. And this. But what's the angle? What is the angle? What is the discussion compared to examining a smirk in an interview? Also, the video was available. We could all see the video of John Steenhuizen smirking. You understand the difference? Let's compare apples with apples, not apples with pears. It's two completely different phenomena, if you will. And that is the way that is the way I see it. And again, I hope I explained that properly. The angle on the ANC Youth League, the discussion will be, oh my God, how can you vote for the ANC now? their ANC Youth League chairperson killed his girlfriend. Look how bad the ANC is. But it's not the ANC that killed his girlfriend. This Patrick Wisani, who allegedly killed his girlfriend, it's neither here nor there. He could have been a member of any political party. The ANC is not endorsing or supporting this alleged killer. You see the difference. You can't smear and make the ANC look bad because their chairperson may have killed somebody. It's out of their control. They couldn't control what Patrick Wisani may have done. On the other hand, John Steenhuizen is the leader of the Democratic Alliance. He's supposed to represent the party. He smirked in an interview while a black woman was being verbally abused or ignored, dealt with insensitively. John Steenhuizen had the choice of how he was going to react. You see the difference. And another example, somebody wrote also, and again, this is another example. From this date to this date, there were X amount of South Africans murdered. That equates to 57 murders a day. At the moment, COVID, we are averaging 9 deaths a day by COVID-19. It looks like we're doing well. What is he insinuating? What is he implying? To me, this is mischievous. It is shocking. It is terrible that we have 57 murders in South Africa a day. I get that. But it's got nothing. You don't compare it to 9 people dying of COVID a day. What are you trying to say? He is implying COVID is over, COVID-19 is over, stop making a fuss, let's focus more on crime in South Africa. We have 57 murders a day. The two issues are completely separate. Because there are 57 murders a day in South Africa, does that mean we mustn't concentrate still on COVID-19 and still be vigilant and prepare ourselves for a possible 4th wave and increase vaccinations and get ready? Because at the moment, not enough South Africans have been vaccinated. So again, it's gaslighting, it's twisting things, it's putting things out of context, it's being mischievous. Honestly, it's irresponsible. These people are sociopaths. People who make these comments, they either, I don't know, they're twisted. They are total sociopaths, in my opinion. Anyway. Sure. At least I'm not part of the Nandos brand management team. I imagine they've got a Zoom meeting at the moment. Or maybe they're meeting face to face. And they're, okay, guys, who are we going to sponsor now? Can we not sponsor Gareth later? Let's wait a few weeks and we can sponsor. No! I made my decision. We're not sponsoring Gareth anymore. I don't want to hear that again. What's your name? So who are they going to sponsor? I don't know how these people get jobs. Anyway. I think let's a little bit of a short episode. Should I waffle on a bit longer? No. I'm not going to talk just for the sake of talking, just to make it 20 minutes. I think let's leave it at that. Excellent. Let's see. Where's my buttons? Oh, very good. Thank you.